Now I got something to show you, and it's gonna be something momentous. Hello everybody, it's me, the Excellent Reviewer, aka Wrestling's #1 hype man. And my voice isn't 100% to what it used to be. That's because I was cheering so loud. And let's talk about it. The G1 special in the US. And this was generally a huge risk for New Japan. This is their first adventure into the United States as a company by itself. And let me just say, this was a huge payoff for them because literally hundreds of thousands of people were there at the event for the first day and the second day. So firstly, let's talk about what you guys didn't get to see, what you guys weren't a part of, and that was the fact that before the event started, for those lucky enough to get tickets, because as you know, tickets sold out very quickly, you could meet and greet a fellow New Japan superstar. And on the second day, you could meet, from the people allowed that you could meet, were the greatest wrestler of our generation, Okada, Bad Luck Fale, the Gorillas of Destiny with Haku, Cody Rhodes, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Yoshitatsu. And honestly, I felt a little bad for Yoshitatsu because nobody wanted to meet or greet him. There were very few people who wanted to meet him, and a majority of the time he was there on his table just looking at his phone. And I felt a little bad. I was just all like, man, you're at a meet and greet and no one really wants to meet you. I felt really bad for him. And one of the stories that I heard from people online was the fact that there was such a high demand for Kenny Omega, well, obviously because he's Kenny fucking Omega, that the line was so long that they had to cut halfway through it saying that there's no way that they could meet Kenny Omega. And honestly, it doesn't surprise me because, like I said, it's Kenny Omega. And also, by the way, the price to meet and greet a New Japan superstar, that is only $10. That's only $10. And at the event, if you wanted to meet another superstar, it's an additional $10. Which, by the way, that's a good price. That is a hell of a price. When if WWE were doing the same thing, it would be $50 at least at the minimum just to meet and greet with John Cena or anyone else of the superstars. But the fact that this was $10 and an additional $10 if you wanted to meet and greet another New Japan Pro Wrestler, that's insane. And not to mention, with the price, you could get one picture and an autograph. That was insane. That's a hell of a steal. Now to get to the event itself, and I'm not going to talk about every single match that happened, just some key highlights, but honestly, every single match on the card was stellar. Everything was good, everything had good moments to it. There was not a single match that I wasn't invested in. Every single match was good, and this was the top of the line perfection, and you could tell that everyone else felt just as invested throughout the event. Another thing that was awesome that I really liked about the event, it was just the fact that it made it feel like it wasn't a traditional Americanized show. Like, it wasn't like WWE or any type of other promotion that you go to in America. Because there was a lot of elements from traditional Japanese and how they do it over there in Japan brought over here to America. Like the fact that they had the Japanese announcer. They had the Japanese announcer announce the name along with the American announcer. They had the traditional, what was I going to say? Oh, they had the traditional intermission, which, by the way, it's great that you have an intermission because when I went to Monday Night Raw, it felt like a long 3 hours as compared to this where we had a 15-minute intermission, which I thought was great. And the fact that they used every passing of 5 minutes. Every passing of 5 minutes as the match went on, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I thought that really added some Japanese authenticity to it, and to show that, yeah, we're Japanese, and we're going to show you guys traditional Japanese wrestling, our traditional Japanese style, which was freaking phenomenal to see. The two matches that stood out more than anything throughout the second day where I went was the Young Bucks against Roppongi Vice for the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championships, and Kenny Omega versus Ishii in the final for the United States Championship. Everything else, like I said, was pretty solid. They had some good moments. There was a tag team match between Chaos and the Briscoes against Bullet Club, and just as Okada goes to hit his Rainmaker to Marty Scurll, that's when he unfolds his umbrella. There are a lot of good moments, but these two matches were the ones that stood out as the most electrifying, as the most memorable. A lot of good spots and everything like that. And just in the middle of the show, we get treated to the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling and how he wanted to thank everyone who was involved in the show. All the fans who came out to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then they stated officially that they will be coming back to the United States next year, proving that this venture in the U.S. has been so successful. Another thing that I wanted to add was just how far people were willing to come. How far they traveled to see New Japan here in the States. In line, while I waited to see Okada and Cody Rhodes, I heard so many people that were coming from Atlanta, from New York, and so many other places, while I just live 30 minutes away from the venue. So obviously, there is a high demand for New Japan in the States, that people are willing to travel all over the place. As you went out into the Pike area, you got out to get something to eat. There were literally so many wrestling fans, so many Bullet Club t-shirts, so many wrestling fans that were there just for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So obviously, there's a high demand for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and the fact that they are coming back to the States is even wonderful, and that even the set for the G1 was alright. It was a nice intimate venue, but they can do even bigger. They can do even bigger, and maybe one day they can even do Staples Center. Because, let's be honest, the hype for New Japan has been through the roof. I want to show you something. This is just one last thing. There was only one merch table, which, by the way, why only one merch table? There were people waiting in line for 30 minutes, an hour even, for merchandise. But this one, there was another one that they were selling the most weirdest things in the world, because you wouldn't expect to find this at a wrestling event. You go to a wrestling event, you don't expect to find traditional Japanese sponges with Okada. Sponges at a wrestling event. They also had one of Tanahashi, and I wanted to get one of Tanahashi since he's my hero, but unfortunately I couldn't. They were all sold out by the time I went back in. Just Okada sponges. That's insane. Okada sponges. Well, that's been it for my episode talking about the G1 special, my thoughts on it, and how it really was good. Honestly, if you guys have the opportunity, next year when they come back to see New Japan Pro Wrestling, you simply must do it. Because this event was something totally, entirely different from any other event that you're going to go to. It generally is that amazing. And to be honest, it is the perfect wrestling event that I have been to. Better than SmackDown, better than Raw, better than SummerSlam. So honestly, if you guys have the opportunity to go watch New Japan Pro Wrestling next year, please do it. Meet and greet Okada, Omega, Tanahashi, all the greats, even Naito. Make sure you get this opportunity, because the tickets are going to sell out really quick, guaranteed for next time. So if you guys have the opportunity, do it. Do it. And if you were there live, or if you saw it through Access Television, do me a favor, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments section below. I want to know what you guys think about the G1 special in the U.S. And if you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You want to do all that great stuff for all the news that you want to get for professional wrestling in the world, and I will break it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I couldn't be here without you. I just imagining I got this far without you guys. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all guys as soon as I can.